And just to clarify, somebody was asking me earlier, they were kind of confused of who I was. I'm not that guy. We share the same last name, but hopefully after this, my style's better than his, all right? So I've been in this field for the longest time. I started my career in assembler. For those that don't know what that is, you weren't born yet?
30 years ago.
That's right. We agents look young. But I've been so passionate about how you take advantage of technologies to better project management, to better team collaboration. Managing partner in the VAB, and I wrote the book SharePoint for Project Management, as Regina mentioned. It was the very first business-focused book around SharePoint. What is SharePoint? Or maybe you call it ScarePoint. I'll talk more about that in my second session later when I talk about enterprise social. So in that session, I'll look at SharePoint, Yammer, what all this means, what the social means. I'm going to put a picture of my cat in our intranet, so we'll figure that out, all right? But in this session, what we're going to focus on is this idea of how you take advantage of Project Online. And by the way, for being here, everybody gets a copy of that book. All I ask of you is there's a little card on your chair. Fill that out, drop it off my booth, Innovative Me, and we'll send you a code that you can download a copy. Does that work? Yeah. Additionally, all my sessions are being recorded. It's a very jam-packed session. I'm going to show you a lot of good stuff. So if you drop that off, I'll send you the video recording, the PowerPoint, all the templates, whatever I show you, you get it, and you can download it for $100. All right? No, just kidding. So let's get the conversation started, friends. And I want to set the stage of what's going on today in the project management world, right? I mean, we live in a fast-paced world. We live in this age where a revolution is happening. What do you mean, Dux? I know there's stuff happening around politically, but think about the project management revolution that's going on. Number one, stuff has to get done like yesterday. Yeah? Number two, when we talk about maturity, well, we're all mature here, supposed to be, because we memorized the 44 processes and 9 knowledge areas. I know you forgot about after the test. But not everybody in the organization has that level of maturity. Right? You've got your reluctant project managers that just have to work on projects, but that's not their day job. You've got your PMPs. You got your portfolio managers, your executives. And it's a pain. How many of you, like every week on a Tuesday morning, gather around with upper management with buku amount of Excel spreadsheets trying to figure out who's doing what? Resource management? Not a problem. What about this challenge we're in where we're in the age of BYOD? Bring your own device, hardware, and software. We cannot stop it. Right? I love Microsoft tools, but I love my Mac. Is that my Gangnam Style sticker? Yeah. I love my BlackBerry. That's a reality we live in. How do you deal with that as a project manager? Yeah, Docs, we in the government, we use Project 97. You're laughing, but you know those people. And then we have this challenge where we have to integrate other systems, because project management is not just project management today. I mean, who works in the federal sector? Right? Does the word transparency ring a bell? Accountability? SOX? HIPAA? FDA Part 11? Run DMC? And there's a lot of stuff that comes together. So how do you deal with that as project manager? And then this age-old question of visibility. You know, that's a secret to career success. You want to get promoted? Go to your boss tomorrow, look them straight in the eye, and use this one word. Dashboard. Instant promotion. I mean, this is the world we live in. Now, how do we deal with this? What do we do? What tools do we rely on? Do you know what the number one PM tool is today? In 2013, this was a formal survey done. Excel. She did it. Email. Excel is number 3. Forget the answer at Facebook. Email. No.
Where's that status report? Let me check my email.
Where's that budget? Let me check my email. 1973 freaking technology, where everybody has to have the latest iPhone 5C, the next iPad 6, GPS at home, or in your car, people at home to record Dancing with the Stars, and we use a 1973 technology to manage projects. Shame on you. We can do better, friends. And how is that, Docs? Well, what if, I'm not saying we're going to kill email, email's not going to go away, but what if we live in a world that looks something more like this?
Sarah is the Executive Vice President of Women's Wear for a national retailer. She manages a team that manages multiple projects. Many projects are large, others are small or just getting started. To handle it all, Sarah and her team use Microsoft Project Online, a cloud-based solution, which allows them to work together on projects and gives Sarah visibility and insight across everything. With a single view of all the work that matters to her, Sarah can make smart decisions about her team's projects. She can prioritize projects based on which ones best align with the company's strategy and staff accordingly. Once in place, Sarah and her team can work and collaborate from almost anywhere on almost any device, as well as follow people and documents that are important to their projects. When needed, she and her team can easily create powerful, flexible reports and keep others up to date. Project Online gives Sarah and her team one location, in the cloud and delivered by Microsoft, where they can do everything they need to prioritize, manage, and collaborate on projects large and small, which means Sarah and her team can deliver the intended business results. Project Portfolio Management in the cloud.
So with that short vision, some of you may be thinking, now, well, Docs, what's Project Online? Is it just some website you go to? I mean, you say cloud. You want like a fake So what's Project Online? Project Online is really nothing new. It's a suite of Microsoft technologies that instead of you hosting it in-house, that stuff that we've traditionally done. For example, you guys have Project Server, use Project Servers, Primavera, Clarity, those kinds of stuff. So traditionally, we put it in-house, and it's a lot to invest to put it in-house, not only from time, resources, training. Instead of doing all that, Microsoft decided to host Project Server and related technologies in the cloud. Essentially, just swipe your credit card, in 5 minutes, you got your environment up. Very compelling. And even better, it's flexible. As you saw in the video, it's not just intended for big portfolio type of project, which you'll see in a second. Even for small project collaboration initiatives. I'm sure you've heard the complaint or the gripe in some people, oh, project is too much, project server is too much. All I need is to work with 3 vendors. We just need some action items, no schedule. We don't need no complex stuff. That's okay, and you'll see that. It's built on a technology called SharePoint. It provides all the collaborative capabilities, and the beauty of this is it's in the Microsoft stack. It integrates with existing tools that we love, like email, Excel, OneNote. We use OneNote. Love OneNote. Right? PowerPoint, Mac, iPad, Android, whatever. TFS, Team Foundation Server. I'll talk about that in a second. And it even integrates with non-Microsoft systems. You want Primavera, you want Clarity, you want Oracle, right? You want other type of PPM solutions? That's fine. And it's built for the cloud, which means the barrier to entry is lower, but scalability is quite high as well. So the idea of making everyone happy in the project management world is here with Project Online. Regardless of what initiatives you're working on, as an organization, you can bring it all together with Project Online, and the good thing is, you can work with existing tools that you have. And that's one of the biggest challenges with PPM tools today. It's not about the tool. How many of you in your organization, they would say, our project management tool sucks. Project Server sucks. Clarity sucks. You have those people? So when you go back and you see them, look at them in the eye again, and they tell you, Project Server sucks, or Microsoft Project sucks. Well, let me ask you, Mark, Project Server doesn't suck. You suck. It's a freaking tool. But the problem is why people say that is the barrier to entry is so high. I don't have time to learn this. I'm already doing all this stuff, and now you give me another tool? But what if they can work with this in the tool they love? Like Excel, like Project, like Word. And you see that. So how do you do that, docs? How do you fast track project management success? The secret sauce to that is you have to be able to deliver project management on people's terms. There's no one-size-fits-all. Not going to happen. Everybody is special. If Miss Sally in accounting is processing project expenses every month, her project management tool, guess what? Is Excel. Y'all with me? The executives, if all they're interested on a key performance indicator of are we ahead or are we behind on the money we spent, they don't care about Microsoft project. They just want their charts. Y'all with me? Forget my heavy southern accent. I'm from the deep south. Southeast Asia, Manila, Philippines. So I used to live in Atlanta, so I got that you all think wrong. So how do you deliver project management on your terms? 3 steps. I'm going to show you these 3 steps and make the case that Project Online can help you. The first step is to fast track success, you should be able to get people on the same page quickly. People should be able to collaborate efficiently. What do you mean by that, Docs? Now think about it. When you first get engaged in a project, so like your boss tells you, what's your answer? Tom, I'm going to have you work on this new contract, do whatever you need to do. As a part of your project initiation process, most likely what Tom would do, if it's especially something he hasn't done, he's going to start firing out emails. Hey, can you give me more information about this deal? Where's the RFP? We have some templates. Who's worked on this before? You know what I mean? You want to talk to somebody. You want to do some mind melt up front. But we use email for that, correct? But then what's the problem? As the thing grows and snowballs, unfortunately, email doesn't scale. Now, 3 months down the road, you scratch your head, where was that template again that I got day 1? You scour your email. We've been there. But what if we could do it differently? What if we could initiate, get started quickly in lieu of email, have a centralized repository right away for that initiative, where we can centralize communication, documents, right? Existing artifacts, huge. By the way, that's called a PMIS. Remember? Inputs, roles, outputs in the tool section. There's this thing called PMIS. People not nodding their heads forgot about it. Right? We need a PMIS. An email is not a good PMIS. Let me show you. So, for example, yes, I'm using a Mac. Get over it, okay? So, this is my company. This is our PMO website, powered by Project Online. So, all we did is we went to Microsoft.com/project, swiped my credit card, keyed in how many people is going to be part of this, boom, PMO up and running. 5 minutes. Okay? Maybe 6, depending on internet speed. Now, so I like Tom, my boss says, hey, Docs, you're going to go to the PMI Symposium and speak. Oh, wow. I need, it's huge, you know, speaking here, and maybe I need a couple things. I know my boss has spoke at PMI Symposium. There he might have some PowerPoint, or I know another person has some templates. So what I want to do as a part of our process, when we get started, instead of firing out an email, I create a project site. Y'all follow me? So all I'm going to do is I go to our project management office. It says create projects. By the way, friends, what you're seeing here is out of the box. I didn't change anything except the name Innovative E and logo up there. This is what you see when you swipe your credit card. So I'm going to call this project site PMI Symposium. Okay? I'm going to hit create. So as soon as I hit create, I kind of pre-did it. It just takes 2-3 minutes, but I just want to make sure I save time. As soon as I hit create, it's going to spawn up this project website. Now, let's stop and think about it. 20 years ago, when you're working on some initiative and you needed some repository or a website, who do you call to get one? IT. You fill in a ticket request, dear IT, I want you 3 rounds of Guinness last night. I need a project website. You get it in like 2 days. Even if you're the VP, you might get it in 30. Y'all with me? The idea that you can get your job done without waiting on IT to provision some technology for you is huge. Obviously, there's an assumption that you've got some level of understanding and training how to use this. I am empowered as a project manager. Next, now that I've got my project site, now this is off of some project template that comes out of the box. I didn't change anything here. I'm going to start working on this initiative to speak at PMI Symposium. So I know as a part of this project, I have some templates already that's on my computer, and I want to share with other people. So let me look for those templates. I got the, that's my family picture, sorry. That was an accident. I didn't just do it there to get good grades here. But anyway, I've got, where's my project templates? So here, I've got a bunch of project templates, change request forms, communication plan, all this stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take all this. By the way, friends, again, I'm in my Mac. I'm using what's called Finder. It's kind of like Windows Explorer. And I want to upload this stuff because other people on my team might use it, and I might use it for this project. Y'all follow me? So I'm going to go ahead and just upload it by dragging and dropping. Oh, okay. That's not part of my sound effect. Okay. So I'm going to upload this document. Check this out, friends. I'm going to upload the document, voila, to my project site. Drag and drop. If you're wondering what this thing I'm showing you, this is actually SharePoint 2013.
How expensive is it?
I'll talk about it. It's actually project was like $45 per person per month. Everything I'm showing you will get. But one of the things they've improved with SharePoint 2013 and Project Online is usability. Who's using SharePoint before or now? Okay, don't you love it? You go to the document library, add document, pick a file. That's like so 2010. Not only can you drag and drop, realize I'm in my Mac with a Firefox browser. Full platform, full cross-platform compatibility. So that's one. And the other thing, friends, I'm going to start putting in some tasks here. Okay? So I'm going to go to this project task list, and I'm going to start entering tasks. Okay, task name, review abstract, because before I build my presentation, I got to figure out what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to pick a date, a little due date here. See, the 25th, I'll assign to myself. Okay, maybe that's what I'm going to do first. And I'm going to say, okay, look at last year's presentation, whatever. So, simple things, like a little task list here. September 26th, and I'm going to assign my colleague Alex. Y'all see that? I typed everything. All right. So as I'm typing all this, one thing you may have noticed is up here in my task list, there's a little bar that's called the timeline view. And the cool thing about this timeline view, as a part of usability, I can define. Nope, this is not done yet. But I'm going to highlight this, and I can define add to timeline. So now from a preview perspective, I have visibility into certain tasks, especially if it's a milestone, you want to show when things are happening. And you notice how I could drag stuff around and move stuff around. In the timeline view, not only is it visible in what's called the task list, it's also front and center on the homepage. So if I go to PMI Symposium project site, notice front and center is my timeline view, and it has a quick reminder, look, your next task is due in 12 days. Y'all see that? Now, docs, it's cool. You have a Mac, but as you know, in most organizations and agencies, we use a PC. That's cool. So let me switch to my Windows environment here, and let me refresh this project site. The experience that I have in my Mac is the exact same thing in my Windows environment. So as I refresh, all that same pieces of information that I entered and uploaded is the same in Windows. Next. Well, docs, that's cool. Task list is good. I like it. But you know, we like Microsoft Project. I mean, if you go into putting in dependencies, for example, you start putting in, finish to start, or start putting in resources, I don't think you can do it on the browser. You're absolutely right. You can't. The task list in the browser is very simplistic. It's more like an action item task list. But what you can do, since this is a Microsoft product, check this out, friends. While still in the browser, I went up, and notice a little menu shows up. It's called the ribbon interface. I will say open with project. And boy, this is what's powerful about this platform. Not only do I work with it from a browser, but I can work with it with existing tools that I already use. Project, Outlook, Excel, Word, what have you. And I talk about on my terms. Indeed, it's on my terms. I use a Mac. I like to use Project. I like to use browser. Later, I can use my phone. It doesn't matter. Right? And as this thing is loading, it's the first time it loads, it's going to take a few seconds because it needs to, let's see. Let me make sure. Okay, let's do this again, because I opened it earlier. Okay. Now, I'll just let it load. It'll take a second. But the idea here is with Project Online, it can get you quickly started with a central platform, even if you don't have a full-blown schedule yet. Everybody with me? Yeah. Because a lot of people think, oh, Microsoft Project Management, all they have is projects. But I'm not at a point to build a schedule yet. I mean, if you think about any project lifecycle, large or small, the first thing you do is you start talking to people, gathering stuff, and you just need a one-stop shop. Unfortunately, today it's your email, which is not good. Next, the other power and benefit of leveraging Project Online is you can utilize familiar tools. I kind of brought up Project already. You'll see that in a second. But you can also utilize existing tools that you have. Things like Excel, Outlook, Word, OneNote. So for example, notice that these tasks popped up. Y'all see that? What I did earlier, I went to the project task list. I entered the task and I said open with project because I want to do more. Okay, I'm going to take 1 day to review this abstract, 1 day to review last year's presentation. Let's see, create draft. I'm going to give myself 4 days to do that. I'm just using Microsoft Project. In fact, I'm going to have Microsoft Project help figure this out for me. So let's say the project, and what you're seeing here, friends, is Project 2013. As a part of your Project Online subscription, you get Project 2013 Professional on your desktop as well. Okay? All right? It's $45, but it's monthly. Some of you think, well, that's a lot of money. Think about it. It's not really a lot of money because you get a lot of stuff. It's going to cost a heck of a lot more if you stand this up yourself. Right? Now, let's say the project, I'm going to establish the project start date to be next Monday. I just got that information. Docs are going to start next Monday, and now all these dates I put in may not be relevant. And just to make it simple, I'm going to say, you know what, I want Microsoft Project to auto-schedule this stuff for me, and everything's just a finish to start dependency for now. Later it might change, start to start, finish to finish, what have you. And in fact, I'm going to look at these task assignments. So I'm assigned to the first one, create draft, because I believe in teamwork. I'm going to have Alex do everything else. All right. So as I update all this stuff, notice that the timeline view up there gets updated as well. I'm going to say, you know what? This task called create draft, I want you to add this to timeline. And in fact, let's change this color to yellow, make it a little prettier. This other timeline to, let's see, red, whatever. So I'm working off of Microsoft Project. Now, check this out, friends. As soon as I think I'm done for now, let me hit save. I can continue working on this. Okay, all right. So I can continue working on this. Okay, all right. Let's do that. Oh, didn't like my name. Maybe I should have assigned that to Alex. Okay, so as soon as I do that, you know what? Let's cancel this. That should fix it. If Alex complains, I said Microsoft Project told me you're going to work on it. Alex Darrow. Okay. All right. So as soon as that's done, notice what happens. That piece of information that I was working on, guess what? What is it doing? It's syncing with Project Online on my project site. And as soon as that happens, friends, let me go back to Project Online and go to my task list and refresh. Voila, green, red, yellow, all these new tasks assigned to Alex. And here's the cool part. You see Alex, he's not a project manager. He works in marketing. Number one, he hates Microsoft Project on the desktop. He doesn't care for it. His job in this project is just to update tasks, how much he's done, 50%. Y'all with me? Yeah. So as soon as I hit publish, Alex will be alerted. Congratulations, just been assigned 3 tasks. He can just come here and do what he needs to do. With his Nexus 5 Android. The other benefit, so I showed you one example. Here's another example. We can utilize tools that we love and use. With Project Online, it's deeply integrated with all the tools we use. This is Microsoft Outlook 2013. Well, guess what? Anytime you assign tasks in Project Online, this is important. It's going to automatically show up in Outlook. And if you have your Outlook synchronized to your phone, it's going to show up there. So that's what you're saying, like, you've got all these projects, Hong Kong project, executive resignation. Yeah, I didn't enter any of that. It just showed up because I was assigned tasks in Project Online. Y'all with me? But wait, there's more. Because if it shows up on your phone, can you update on your phone? 100% done. I spent 3 hours here, 4 hours there. Of course. The question is not if Project Online can do it. The question is how you do it. Grasshoppers. But you see the power of an integrated platform like this. You don't have to deal with, I got to enter in the project, I got to enter in Excel, I got to enter in the most powerful database out there called Access. You do your job as a project manager and not as a data entry person. Y'all follow me? Another scenario. So this is a true scenario. So let me go back to my PMI project here, gang. We had a customer. We helped them take advantage of Project Online, and at any given point in time, they have 100 projects that they're working on. And prior to this, they're using Excel and email, file shares, the story. Even worse, they have USB drives that they pass around. Right? So now, we help them, we train them, and one of the things we found out, at the end of every month, as a part of their process, every project manager has to send an expense file in Excel to Miss Sally in accounting. So poor Miss Sally, at the end of the month, she would have 100 emails with 100 Excel files attached. She has to put on her desktop, put together a monthly project expense report. You know Miss Sally? Yeah. So I talked to Miss Sally, I said, how long have you been doing this, Miss Sally? Oh, I've been doing it for 8 years, part of my job. How much time do you spend collectively in a month to do this process, to put together expenses for all these projects? 7 hours in a month, give or take, and in some cases I have to do overtime because some project managers send it late, what have you. I said, would you be interested if I told you you can cut that time at least in half? I'm going to save you half of that time. Would you be interested? She goes, yes, what? I go, but what? I'm interested, Doc, but here's the deal. You see, I'm retiring in 2 years, and I don't want to learn anything new. All I use is Excel. And that's all I've been doing the last 30 years, Excel. I'm an accountant. So if you tell me I have to learn some new system to do this, forget it. I'll just use my email in Excel. You know Miss Sally, right? Well, good news for you, Miss Sally. I'm just going to show you a feature in Excel. She goes, really? So how's this going to work? So here's what we're going to do, Miss Sally. Starting the next expense cycle, project managers will not email you anymore. You see, they have this thing called a project website. They're going to enter all their expenses in here in the spirit of having a one-stop shop. They have the past documents, expenses, make sense to be in here. They enter it there, and automatically it's going to show up in an Excel file sitting on your desktop in your My Documents folder as you like it. Like that, Miss Sally? You don't have to deal with email stuff anymore? Yeah, show it to me. Okay. So I said, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to create an Excel spreadsheet. So I created a simple spreadsheet on her desktop, nothing out of the ordinary. It says item and cost. So let's say the team bought a projector and a computer and I changed that column to, you know how in Excel you could do currency, different formats. So I changed it to currency. And I'm going to convert this thing to what's called an Excel table. Once it's an Excel table, this thing pops up. Do you want to sync it to a SharePoint site? Of course. So I'm going to take this information and I'm going to grab the web address. Instead of typing it, I might have a typo here. So I'm going to grab the information and just enter where the project site is. I'm going to call this the expenses sheet, expenses, and just hit publish. So what's going to happen is Excel will contact that project site, log me in just to make sure I can do what I'm trying to do, create the expenses in the project site, publish the information, and keep it in sync. They're back, right? Justin Timberlake again. So as soon as they did that, see what we've got going on, friends. Now I said view these expenses. Look at this. It's the PMI Symposium project website. I've got all the expenses in there. And in corporate headquarters in accounting, Miss Sally has this expense spreadsheet on her desktop. Y'all follow me? So here's the new process. So project managers, again, let's say I'm the project manager. Let me copy this. I'm a Mac kind of guy. I love my Mac, which is fine. So I'm just going to go to the expense sheet in the project site, same thing, and I'm going to add some more expenses to the project. If you don't realize what I'm just doing now, it's kind of blurry too. I'm on my Mac in Firefox in the data sheet view. Anybody have SharePoint 2010? You know how data sheet view only works in IDE? Those days are gone. So I'm in my data sheet view. Let's say for this project, I bought a car for $80,000. So I enter it. Well, guess what? As a part of this technology, there's alerting mechanisms. We can say, you know what? Anytime a new expense is entered, ping Miss Sally via text or email. Y'all with me? And then when she gets that alert, new expenses are in. Let me pull up the expense spreadsheet in Excel. Where's that? Okay. So let me just she can just hit a refresh, synchronize. So as soon as she does that same piece of information that the project manager entered is now available in Microsoft Excel. Would something like this benefit you? Who doesn't know about this? Does not. It's okay. Raise your hand. If you're thinking, well, Docs, bless your heart, good for you. But we don't have Project Online. What I'm showing is not even new. This has been a feature since Excel 2003, SharePoint 2003, and Project Server 2003. What you want to bet?
IT's been keeping it secret from us.
They don't even know. The unfortunate part, and this is not lambasting IT. IT's so busy with a lot of stuff. The problem is, we just don't know. Right? And when we talk about this idea of fast-tracking project management success, being agile, we have to make the possibility of people working the way they work. She likes Excel, use Excel. Go for it. You like your Mac, go for it. You like your Outlook, go for it. Project Online is the glue that's going to hold everything together for you. And there's no technology out there that has a full suite of capabilities such as this. So when I showed her this, she did it for the 99 other projects. She had like a summary sheet. I can still create a summary sheet. I pull all the data with pivot tables and charts. That's her report. 2 months later, I talked to her. I said, so how's that going, Miss Sally? No, she can't believe it. This month, I saved 2.5 hours. I didn't even have to do my overtime. You talk about value. No overtime. Good for the company. She saved 2 hours. Good for her. Right? What are you doing now, Miss Sal? You saved 2 hours. I learned how to use Facebook. Now, not only did she see the information, She might be reviewing the invoice because she still has to review the invoices. Oh, you didn't buy a car, you bought carpet. And it's not 80,000, it's $800, right? So she can not only consume the information, but she can add, update information, and push it back to the project site. And as soon as this is pushed back to the project site, you talk about having one source of truth. The project team, project manager, would now have that same piece of data. Yes, ma'am.
Where are the receipts?
The receipts could be, yeah, the receipts could be in the document library, right? I mean, it doesn't really have to be here. It could be faxed in and deposited there. It has that capability. Fax a document. It must have been emailed. I don't know. That could be a whole different thing. There's a lot of options and a lot of solutions that you can avail of.
How much?
Yes, sir?
How much storage do you get for $45?
So very good question. How much storage do you get for $45 a month? I believe it's 25 gigs per user. Unless you're putting in 2-hour bootleg videos, that's plenty a month. Yes, sir?
Is there a time charging system that's integrated with this?
Absolutely. Now, let me clarify 2 things. There's a time sheeting capability, but if you're using, I suspect when you're thinking about lookouts, what if you have like ADP or, our resource put in their time in something else? Can we integrate? The answer is yes. Out of the box, there's no time charging system. There's a time sheeting system. There's a task updating system, which I'll show you. But can we integrate with other stuff? Absolutely. Later, I'll talk to you about a true story from the APA where we integrate with a time system and also TFS as well. I saw another hand. Yes, sir.
What about security precautions to control this?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I didn't expound a lot on, and I can talk to you offline, is from a security perspective. A lot of people I talk to, especially in this town, oh, the cloud's not secure to us. You do online banking. You see, what about security? Ask me, right? So access control is absolutely the beauty of Project Online. Once you sign up, let's say I own this platform, I can define, well, he's a vendor. He can only get to these 3 projects, and in that one project, he can't even see these documents. He's management, all he sees are reports. And not only can you define who can do what and see what and touch what, everything else follows suit. So if he does a search on some keyword, and I do a search on some keyword, I'll get more results than he. Y'all with me? We don't have to deal with, oh, there's a vendor, now I have to go to Google or Dropbox to put all this stuff there. Everybody follow me? Yes, ma'am.
If you provide somebody with read-only access, like a vendor, does that count as a seat?
Very good question. Does a vendor, or maybe even a resource just updating count, or maybe a management person just looking at reports, does that count as seat? Yes. The answer is yes. For now. I know that's not really fair, because there's just one person who's doing all the work, we're paying $45, bang for my buck. The vendor, you're just looking at stuff. $45? For now, that's a month. It's still one price. But there's where, and you can ask Microsoft, they're out there, if there's tiered pricing depending on roles. But for now, it's one price. Yes, ma'am.
Are you FedRAMP compliant?
Very good question. Microsoft Office 360 Project Online, as part of Office 365, is the only cloud provider that's compliant with DoD. I believe FedRAMP as well, and forgot what the other thing. These are the ones. All right. Yes, sir.
Apparently use the project and you want to purchase this. What's the migration path?
Very good question. So the question, Tom, what version? 2010?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, we have in-house, I suspect, they have Project Server. What's a migration path? The answer is it depends. What you have, how much you have, you've done customization, there's a way to migrate. So is it possible? The answer is yes, you can migrate, but just depends on the scenario. We can sit down and talk technical after the session. Yeah? Ma'am?
Are there any agencies in the federal government or state or local, to that matter, that have implemented this? And if so, can you give some stories?
Yes. And the answer is yes. I'll talk about that in a second. All right? Good? What do you guys think so far? Everything good? Useful? Okay. What else? We live in the world of mobile. Hopefully I made my case already that to make things happen quickly, efficiently, we have to deliver project management solutions solutions on people's terms. And as you've seen already, it's on people's terms. Regardless of what device, what platform, you want your iPad, you want your Surface, your iPhone, there's apps out there. You can access and interact with the data when you need it, if you need it. Okay? The next step. The next step to fulfill or to be able to fast-track project management success is you have to have an ability to manage effectively. And when we talk about managing effectively, we're talking about being proactive instead of being reactive. You want to, other than being able to collaborate efficiently, being able to plan, you want to be able to look at your key metrics. And that varies. It can be financial, it can be schedule, it can be task-based, and be able to track them. So let me give you a couple scenarios here, okay? So first things first. Let's start at a macro level, at the project level, and then I'll bring it up at a portfolio level as well. So me as Dux, so let me bring up another project that I've been assigned to because I've got more task in there. Here you go. So I'm working on this other project called the Executive Presentation Project. And this project, it's almost done, and I've got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. So as I come here, right, I've been assigned to a lot of tasks, a lot of documents. I can go to my task list, and directly from the browser, I can update my task. So that's one way. I can say, this is done, that's done, if all I'm just ticking it off. Or I can even go directly, which I'll show you in a second, and update the finite details. I spent 5 hours here, especially if you're comparing baseline and actuals, the variance, everybody with me? So Dux, 100% that's cool, but we need to track actual time, because all those are billable, right? So you can track all that, which I'll show you. But at the simplistic level, you can track it this way. So that's one way. We talk about managing your tasks, your activities. Another way is I can go to, as a resource, I can go to my copy of Outlook, which I kind of alluded earlier. And in Outlook, there's a section here called Executive Presentation Project. And I can bring up a task in Outlook. You know what? This is actually not 100%. That's just 50%. Y'all with me? That same piece of information will feed back to that project site, which is, by the way, connected to a Microsoft project file on my project manager's desktop. It'll update that too. Y'all follow me? You do it on your phone as well. Second option. Third option. As a part of the initiative to drive better usability, to make it more about you, your work, they've integrated a lot of social capabilities. When I say social, I'll spend more time in my next section. But think about how you interact with information today in your personal life. You don't really use email anymore. Your world revolves in Facebook, right? Or LinkedIn. You subscribe to what you're interested to. You follow what you want to follow. You have pictures of friends and family. It's all about you. Take that concept and move it to the corporate world. What if there's a way that everything you're working on, you're interacting with, you're interested in, can be surfaced in a single page like this, kind of like Facebook concept, and you can see all the streams. Y'all follow me? So there's this newsfeed capability where I can look at who talked about me, right? All these conversations are not even linear, meaning some of these conversations can be in the PMI project, some of it can be in the executive presentation project. There are files or documents that I'm interested in that I follow. So I can look at, what are the documents that I'm following? So let me click on. So notice in my project site, all these documents, I can highlight it and I can look at the document. I can even say, so notice one of the new things too is if you highlight a document, it'll give you a preview of what that is. But I can say follow, right? I can follow a site if I wanted to. Y'all with me? I can follow a person. I can follow a keyword. When you talk about managing your work effectively, back in the days, where's that thing again? I'm working on 5 projects. I don't know what the address is. There's this one document. from a task perspective, right, I could go back to my news feed. They call it the news feed. Notice this is even interesting. All the documents you're interacting with rolls up to you. And all this stuff, friends, by the way, I forgot to tell you, and this is the power of integration. All these documents that I'm involved with, guess what, shows up in Windows Explorer as well. Does that mean, Ducks, I could drag and drop stuff to that folder in Windows Explorer and it's just going to show up over there? Absolutely. And this feature is called SkyDrive Pro. Now, one more thing. If I go back to my news feed, because I was talking about tasks and updates, there's a overall rolled up task list for me, and it will tell me what all my tasks are based on a timeline. Regardless if it's a project, if it's a personal task, any task, right? So I can look at what are some of the active tasks that it's going on. There you go, it shows me. For personal, these are the tasks you need to work on. Las Vegas project, boom. Executive presentation project, the PMI one will show up in a second. Everybody see that? It's not a one-size-fits-all on my terms. Next, what about, Ducks, if you're leadership, if you're management? I mean, that's great from a resource level, but what if you're higher up, you want like an overall view? What's stuff going on? I mean, Project Online has a lot of great reporting capabilities. So what I'm showing you here is what's called Project Center. This shows you all the project of the organization that's going on, and certainly you can display however you want to the individual. So if I'm only interested, show me only stuff that are ahead, or show me only stuff that are behind, or over budget, what have you, you could roll up that way. The other aspect of it is, as leadership, if I want to drill down into a specific project, I can click on that project, and it drills down to that project site. Okay? The other aspect that's huge in organizations is resource management. Boy, I work a lot here in town, and small and large organizations are having heartburns about this. I don't really know, Ducks, what people are working on. It would be great if there's a way for me to look at and forecast how we manage demand. Right, what's Ducks working on? Can we give this project up for now because we have a higher priority one coming up? I don't have an effective way to do that. And in some cases, it's almost always too late when we make some decision. So part of the capability of Project Online is the ability to do resource management, where not only can you track schedule and assignments and all that, you can look at the capacity of your organization. So when I click on resource availability, it's loading now. I pick 3 people. It's going to show who's doing what in a given time frame and how much availability they have on a day, on a week, what have you. So Alex is working on these projects, right? So I can look at what Alex is working on. Alex, this week he has 240 hours to fulfill. What's wrong? That's DC, right? It's billable hours. Okay. So there's a lot of data that you can track and a lot of metrics you can visualize. From a reporting perspective, what else, Ducks? Project Online comes with a lot of out-of-the-box reporting capability. So this is just one thing I showed you. Let me go to some of my reports. Project Online comes with a new capability called PowerView. It's a reporting capability, and it works with Excel. It works with a lot of other solutions out there as well. So let me just show you one thing here. So I'm going to bring up this one report, and then we'll wrap it up. And this report was built in Excel, straight up Excel. Just popped it in there, and you see this report show up. It's all about resourcing. So the beauty of this, if your management has an iPad, they have Microsoft Excel there. They go to the project site, voila. They'll see this project status by department show up in a nice format. Well, Ducks, this is all good, but who can you show me real world examples? Somebody was asking out there. Now, some of these things are not on Project Online yet, but it's going to go there. So like this, Virginia Department of Transportation, powered by SharePoint. There's some project capability here. This is the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, where everything's in the cloud. It's run on Project Server. It's being moved to Project Online. A lot of the tracking and KPI and metrics, this is public information. The full case study is in our booth if you want to learn more about this. So if you're thinking, well, Dux, this is great, but I have to make a case that other agencies are doing, there's a lot of agencies that are moving toward this direction. Last step. The beauty with Project Online, hopefully it doesn't look like that, is you can define what winning means. And it's different for different organizations, different people. You can deliver project management on your terms at the right time, at the right date. Some of you, all you need is just basic collaboration. Some of you might need schedule management or resource management. But it's okay, because Project Online supports that and lets you grow. There's apps that are available, and you can integrate it with line of business systems that you have. So those are the 3 steps to fast-track success with Project Online. The ability to collaborate efficiently, manage effectively, and win consistently. If you want to learn more what the US EPA did, we have a full-blown case study. I can show you stuff at our booth. And if you're interested to learn more how to use SharePoint for project management, and this is in 2010, I'm working with PMI. I'll do a 2-day hands-on workshop on September 26th and 27th. Feel free to stop by and learn more about that as well. What do you guys think? Useful? So, like I said, this whole session is recorded. Drop those cards in our booth, and then you get a copy of free book, the PowerPoint, and the recording. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.